Because of this, along with other strange occurrences, they believe that something very strange is happening on their farm.
Guys,
But then one
guys,
night, the strangest thing was caught
you will
on
not believe
camera.
what appeared
Zoe's
next to
sister was
me
home alone
when I was
when
watching
she
this
heard
video.
weird noises coming from
This
the
wasn't
big
here
stable
before,
outside.
but now it is,
She began
and
to
it's
record
very
immediately.
eerie and uncanny,
This
and
is
you
what
won't
was
believe it.
caught.
Hola chicos, estoy grabando este video porque mi papá y mi mamá se fueron a comprar una cosa en el almacén y mi hermano Seban está en la pieza, pero yo sentí relojado por aquí.
What the fuck?
Pero quiero
Guys, you will not believe what was underneath this demonic creature. A
Miren.
foul journal. It's locked. Guys, you dare me to open it? Jesus. What the fuck? This is just unforeseen. Who the fuck was...
If you look close enough, you can see what appears to be a face peeping from behind a wooden post. Whoever, or whatever this is definitely unsettling to look at. Naturally, Zoe's sister had reacted the way she did. She's alive and well, but mentally, she is not okay, for what she'd seen in the stable has left her traumatized.
Guys, you will not believe
Until Zoe
what I
posts
found in
more
here.
footage, we won't know for
It
sure what
says-
this was. But until then, this video remains a mystery.
Like and subscribe. If you're in the VOD and you haven't
The
seen
following
the
video was
live,
posted by
actually this isn't
JP,
going to be a VOD.
who
If
had
you're in
caught
the stream and
something
you haven't
chilling on
followed,
his Ring camera.
follow
Before this
or I will
incident,
haunt you.
JB and his roommate had been
And you will appear in a
experiencing
chills video.
strange happenings at home that neither
But
of
if
them
you
could
like-
explain. From hearing taps on the walls to hearing
But if you
footsteps
like the
in
video,
hallway late at night,
or
they can't
the
shake the feeling that their
stream,
house might be haunted. Now JB
you
thinks that his
should
roommate
also
had brought
subscribe.
something into their house, considering that he loves going on ghost hunts with friends.
P.S.
Perhaps something had followed him home.
Don't look
from one of
behind
these
you.
ghost hunts. Although not
Never
entirely
look
sure if
behind
that's
you.
the case, the following footage might just prove that their
That
house
is your most
haunted.
vulnerable.
In this video,
weakest
JB's
state.
roommate is with his girlfriend when his roommate whistles to his dog, but then immediately, someone or something else whistles back. Mind you, that they were the only ones home when this happened. Take a look.
I think the demons are here. Guys, I'm losing brain cells. That's the takeaway. The takeaway is that I'm losing brain cells at an alarming rate.
Tell them to look at the Ring cameras now. Well, where'd it come from? I heard it up there. Didn't you hear it up there?
To the shadows
If
in my
no
room,
one
I said
else had
hi.
been inside the house, then who whistled back? This video has left them shook.
Wouldn't you like to do that?
Some viewers believe that someone may be hiding inside their home, while others believe that something paranormal had occurred. Given the strange occurrences that have happened before in their home, it seems more than likely that something unexplainable was captured. Doubtless, this video is pretty baffling. Who, or maybe even what, had whistled back? If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. For this next segment, someone had taken a screenshot of an online chat room in which something very strange was seen. JPD had submitted the following photo and writes that his cousin had been on Omegle talking to a stranger when all of a sudden something appeared in the back of this person's room. It appeared for a split second before the chat room had switched to another stranger. JPD's cousin wasn't sure as to what she'd seen, but because she had screen recorded the chat rooms, she was able to look back at this moment and see if she actually saw something. When she got to the
defeated them.
point where the thing had
I
appeared on
killed
camera,
all of them.
she was left disturbed. This is what she saw.
Why am I winded? Holy fucking shit. Oh my god.
There appears to be a
That's how I
tall,
deal with
shadowy
with
figure
demons. I
entering
fucking
this person's
stab 'em
room
with a
in the
sword.
back. According to JPD, his cousin has not been able to sleep well after seeing this. Now, because a screenshot was sent and not the
That's
screen
not
recording
true.
footage, this image seems
I
questionable.
actually
But as
have
always,
become a
what are
demon.
your thoughts on this?
So I'm gonna read.
When it comes to
I'm actually
videos on
switching the
poltergeist
stream up again.
activity, it seems that the
We're
most
actually gonna be
believable
reading
ones are those in which the video was
the
initially recorded
Metamorphosis,
for a different reason. In this case, YouTuber
but as a anime
Monkey85
character
was recorded
protagonist. Oh Jesus! By Franz Kafka. I actually don't know if I'll be able to do this because my sore throat, but we'll see.
As Gregor Samsa woke one morning from uneasy dreams, he found himself transformed in his bed into a gigantic insect. He was lying on his hard... What? Oh, he was lying on his hard, as it were, armor-plated back. When he lifted his head... When he lifted his head a little, he could see his dome-like brown belly divided into stiff, arched segments on top of which the bedquilt could hardly keep in position and was about to slide off completely.
This is now walks in a really large-breasted anime woman who is the mother slash parental unit of our main protagonist, and she is like really nice. And she's reading this next paragraph.
Oh, what has happened to me? He thought. It was no dream. His room, a regular human bedroom, only rather too small, lay quiet between the four familiar walls. Above the table, on which a collection of cloth samples was unpacked and spread out, Samsa was a commercial traveler. Hung the picture, which he had recently cut out of an illustrated magazine and put into a pretty, scently cut out of an...
I can't do this. All right, here, next paragraph. A guy who is like really, really aggressive and masculine, and he's like the guy that the main character wants to learn from and eventually become, in theory, because he's just a great guy to look up to, and the main character really admires him. And this is his voice.
Gregor's eyes turned next to the window. In the overcast sky, one could hear raindrops beating on the window gutter. It made him quite melancholy.
All right, and now starting the next paragraph, this is going to be the really shy character who is like everyone like is in love with, but they're really shy, and at the end of the anime they end up being the most important character because they end up doing something that we didn't think they'd be able to do because they're so shy and quiet and shut off because they're just really misunderstood. Oh god. Should I be a guy? I'm gonna do it a guy because if I do a girl, I can't.
Oh God, he thought. What an exhausting job I've picked on. Traveling about day in, day out. It's much more irritating work than doing the actual business in the office. And on top of that, there's the trouble of constant traveling, of worrying about train connections, the bed, and regular meals, casual acquaintances that are always new and never, ever become intimate friends. I have no intimate friends. I'm so useless. I'm such a burden. And no one believes in me.
Alright, and now the next character is the really like high energy, like really fucking intense, annoying girl character, but they're in there because like they're always just in the anime. I don't really know. It's really quiet. Like it's 12 in the morning. I have soundproofing on my wall.
Guys, I can move you. We can travel.
If you guys miss the stream, you're fucking crazy because I'm this is something that you've never ever seen before. This is POV, you're Prince Osiris, and you're streaming. POV, this is my kitchen. You can kind of, the lights are all off. POV, this is my PC. I'm losing my mind. She's like the really like alpha female character that is in all the animes, but she's like really obnoxious and she's annoying and she just is always like just I don't know, fucking hitting people for no reason, and she's just like the tomboy. He slid down again into his former. I can't do a woman. I can't. How would I even do that? I can't. My voice can't just. It just can't. Just go higher. I'm trying to like see it in my brain so I can voice and vocalize it.
Oh, look at you, main protagonist. Grabs you by the neck. Aren't you just so cute? Aren't you just so cute? What are you doing today? Don't tell me you're about to go out because you really want to be like your mentor. Ah, I just want to squish you.
I can't do a female. I can't do a female. You went lower somehow, bro? I don't know. Protagonist. You're so... I just wish. This is the character who's like really like sentimental and gets really upset for no reason, and she's like always giving like these motivational speeches that no one really asked for. I wish that maybe people would like me more. Listen, main protagonist, it's like your grandfather always said, never give up. Always have hope. In that way, you can always accomplish your dreams. And even if you can't, I'm always going to be here for you. Always. Always, main protagonist. I hate seeing you like this. I hate it. Because you're so much better than what you believe you are. And if you can't do it, then who will? You're everything I have. And I love you. Samantha, is that really how you feel? All this time, I thought you liked Brad. But you really are in love with me? Yes. Yes, main protagonist, Sama. Oh. If that's the case, would you like to go to the grocery store with me and buy some cinnamon toast crunch? I would love to. And maybe I could also buy some parsnips and Chef Boyardee. I would love another roll. Can I have another roll? This is a tree lizard. This is a completely uncanonical to like the anime, but it's like the character that I created from Dark Souls. Hey, mister. Excuse me, mister. I realized that last time we spoke, I was kind of rude to you because you weren't my DoorDash driver. And I realized that I shouldn't have spoken to you that way. It's okay, man. I really was looking for the basement key that day, and I ended up finding it, and we went down there, and it was, it was pretty cool. I mean, there was a boss, and then it like, I fought another boss, and it was just really cool. That's amazing, sir. Might I ask? Ironically, who asked? Oh, I'm out of brain juice. Guys, I'm so tweaked now that I can move the camera.
Wow. You smell. Oh, so good. Just like a sandwich.
Oh, this is like the really like annoying big brain dead anime character. Me like peanut butter. Peanut butter in club. I bonk enemies. And also, my lore is more complicated than you think. Oh, that's an eyelash. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah. Go to sleep? Bro, but I'm like streaming right now. We're streaming right now. Whoa, oh. Do you see this? This is you, chat. This is you. Wait, chat, this is you. That's the mic. Waiting.
Chat, I just want to say, you guys are really nice. Everybody is here right now. You shouldn't be. The fact that you support me and shower me with likes and subscriptions, and you put up with ads, and you just spend so much time out of your day being here in my stream, it really means a lot. I love you guys. You're like my friends. Except you're all online. I never get to see you. But maybe one day, at a TwitchCon perhaps, or even in a grocery store one day, I'll see you and I'll be able to give you a hug, or a high five, or maybe just a nod, a friendly nod, a gesture that shows you that I really do care about you.
Oh, it's not even that late. I'm not even tired, guys, realistically. If I do end stream and and I'm supposed to sleep, I won't. You can see my nose pores. Blake. I'll end stream when this will be the Family Guy graphics in 2023. This camera is fucking ass, bro. Wait, hold up. POV, you got something on your nose or your face, and I'm cleaning it off. I think I got it. POV, you 100% own a ring? Yeah. Guys, wait. What if I flipped webcam? What if I flipped it horizontally? Yeah, boy. Is this true mirror? True mirror mode? Is this how I am perceived IRL? What about the other one? Is this how I'm perceived? No, this is how I'm... This is... I don't know. Anyways. Continuing from where we left off.
So he tried to get the top part of himself.
Actually, you guys remember the Scary Stories books? I'm gonna read you guys a story. Oh, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. PDF. Hell yeah. What the fuck is this? Oh, hell yeah. Here we go. We're gonna read we're gonna read Actually no. Chapter filled with jump stories you can use to make your friends jump with fright. Okay.
A boy was digging at the edge of the garden when he saw a big toe. He tried to pick it up, but it was stuck to something. He tried to... Whoa, fuck. So he gave it a good, hard jerk.
You know, like the dance move.
I would get up and do it, but I don't think I can do it. And it came off of his hand. Then he heard something groan and scamper away. The boy took the toe into the kitchen and showed it to his mother. "It looks nice and plump," she said. "I'll put it in the soup and we'll have it for supper." That night, his father carved the toe into 3 pieces. And they each had a piece. Then they did the dishes, and when it got dark, they went to bed.
Pause this whole story. What? You guys see how moisturized I am right now? Gee. Not literally. Oh, okay.
The boy fell asleep almost at once, but in the middle of the night, a sound awakened him. It was something out in the street. It was a voice, and it was calling to him.
"Where's my toe?"
It groaned. When the boy heard that, he got very scared, but he thought, "It doesn't know where I am. It will never find me." Then he heard the voice once more, only now it was closer.
"Where's my toe?"
It groaned. The boy pulled the blankets over his head and closed his eyes. I'll go to sleep, he thought. "When I wake up, it'll be gone." But soon he heard the back door open, and he again heard the voice.
"Where's my toe?"
It groaned. Then the boy heard footsteps move through the kitchen into the dining room, into the living room, into the front hall. Then slowly they climbed the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. Closer and closer they came. Soon they were in the upstairs hall. Now they were outside his door.
Where's my toe? The voice groaned. His door opened. Shaking with fear, he listened as the footsteps slowly moved through the dark toward his bed. Boom, boom, boom. Then they stopped. Where's my toe? The voice groaned. At this point, pause, then jump at the person next to you and shout, "You've got it!" I get scared. The big toe also has another ending. When the boy hears the voice calling for its toe, he finds a strange-looking creature up in the chimney. What the fuck? I thought he was in his room. The boy is so frightened he can't move. He just stands there and stares at it. Finally, he asks, "What do you got such big eyes for?" And the creature answers, "To look at you through and through." "What do you got such big claws for?" "To scratch up your grave." What do you got such a big mouth for?" "To suck that to swallow you whole." "What do you got such sharp teeth for?" "To chomp on your bones." Guys, imagine that I'm pouncing at you with this last line. "To chomp on your bone." Are you scared? Are you frightened, mayhaps? I sure am. Let's keep going. The walk. My uncle was walking down a lonely dirt road one day. He came upon a man who was... Okay, this is terrible. Me uncle. I'm going to read it in the voice of Tree Lizard. He came upon a man who was also walking down that road. The man looked at my uncle, and my uncle looked at that man. The man was scared of my uncle, and my uncle was scared of that man. But they kept on walking. Ain't that life? Walking, walking, walking. Keep on walking. Never stop, even if you're scared. And it began to get dark. The man looked at my uncle. Oh, wait, no, I already read that part. Oh, no. And my uncle looked at the man. The man was very scared of my uncle. And my uncle was very scared of that man. But they kept on walking. And they came to a big woods. Biggest woods all in Virginia. It was getting darker. And the man looked at my uncle. And my uncle looked at that man. That damn man. The man was really scared of my uncle. And my uncle was really scared of that man. And that's just the way it is. But they kept on walking. And deep down in the woods they went. It was getting darker. And the man looked at my uncle. And the uncle, you won't believe it, kept looking on to that man. The man was terribly scared of my uncle. And my uncle was terribly scared of... Ah! Are you scared? Did I get you? If I didn't, just keep listening. What do you come for? There was an old woman who lived all by herself, and she was very lonely. Sitting in the kitchen one night, she said, "Oh, I wish I had some company. Oh, man, it's been 20 years since my husband died. I could really use somebody right about now. They really hold me in their arms and ease the afterlife that is to come." No sooner had she spoken that down the chimney tumbled 2 feet from which the flesh had rotted. The old woman's eyes bulged with terror. Then 2 legs dropped to the hearth and attached themselves to the feet. For free? Then a body tumbled down, then 2 arms and a man's head. As the old woman watched, the parts came together into a great gangling man. The man danced around the room. Faster and faster he went. Then he stopped, and he looked into her eyes.
Oh, what do you come for?
She asked in a small voice that shivered and shook.
What do I come for?
He said,
I come.
For you! As you shout the last words, stamp your foot and jump at someone nearby. Are you scared? If not, keep on. Stick on in. We got 108 more pages left to go of scary stories to tell in the dark. Meetai Dottie Walker.
There was a haunted house where every night a bloody head fell down the chimney.
Actually, I need to update the title of this stream. I feel like it could really entertain a lot of people. Actually, no. Reading scary stories for chat. In parentheses, ASMR. ASMR. Or no, not even in parentheses. ASMR. Warning. Scary. For guys, share this with your family. Share this with your grandma. There was a haunted house where every night a bloody head fell down the chimney. At least that's what people said. So nobody would stay there overnight. Then a rich man offered $200 to whoever would do it. And this boy said he would try it if he could have his dog with him. So it was settled. The very next night. Excuse me. The very next night, the boy went to the house with his dog. To make it more cheerful, he started a fire in the fireplace. Then he sat in front of the fire and waited, and his dog waited with him. For a while, nothing happened. But a little after midnight, he heard someone singing softly and sadly off in the woods. The singing sounded something like this. How the fuck do you even sing this? Meetai Dottie Walker. It's just somebody singing. The boy. Actually, is that sad? Meetai Dottie Walker. It's just somebody singing, the boy told himself. But he was frightened. Then his dog answered the song. Softly and sadly it sang, Lynchy, Kinchy, Golly, Molly, Dingo, Dingo. The boy could not believe his ears. His dog has never uttered a word before. How strange and quirky is that? Then a few minutes later, he heard the singing again. Now it was closer and louder, but the words were the same. Meetai Dottie Walker. This time, the boy tried to stop his dog from answering. Don't you know that's gonna make it worse? He was afraid that whatever was singing would hear it and come after them, but his dog paid no attention. And again, it sang. Well, how would a dog even sound? I guess he would probably just sound just like pretty monotone. Lynchy, Kinchy, Colly, Molly, Dingo, Dingo. We're gonna ignore the fact that it said sing it sadly. I'm just gonna sing however I want. Half hour later, the boy heard the singing again. Now it was in the backyard, and the song was the same. Meetai Dottie Walker. Again, the boy tried to keep his dog quiet, but the dog sang out louder than ever. Cheekily golly molly dingo dingo. Soon the boy heard the singing again. Now it was coming down the chimney. Me tie Dooty Walker. The dog sang right back. Chicken collie molly dingo dingo. Suddenly a bloody head fell out of the chimney. It missed the fire and landed right next to the dog. The dog took one look and fell over, dead from fright. The head turned and stared at the boy. Slowly, it opened its mouth and... Ah! Are you scared, chat? No. Let's keep going. A man who lives in Leeds. Some say this rhyme doesn't mean anything. Others are not so sure. Alright. There was a man who lived in Leeds. He filled his garden full of seeds. And when the seeds began to grow, it was like the garden filled with snow. But when the snow began to melt, it was like a ship without a belt. And when the ship began to sail, it was like a bird without a tail. And when the bird began to fly, it was like an eagle in the sky. And the sky began to roar. It's like a lion at my door. Now drop your voice. And when the door began to crack, it was like a penknife in my back. And when my back began to bleed, I was dead, dead indeed. Are you scared, chat? You're not scared. Let's keep going. Old woman, all skin and bone. Oh, women, alright. All skin and bone. Ooh. Is this also? Oh, whoa. Is this also? These are more bars. There was an old woman, all skin and bone, who lived near a graveyard all alone. Ooh. She thought she'd go to church one day to hear a parson preach and pray. Ooh. And when she came to church house style, she thought she'd stop and rest a while. Ooh. When she came up the door, she thought she'd stop and rest one more. Ooh. But when she turned around and looked around, she saw a corpse upon the ground. Ooh. From its nose down to its chin, the worms crawled out and the worms crawled in. Ooh. The woman to the preacher said, "Shall I look like that when I am dead?" Ooh, ooh, ooh. The preacher to the woman said, "You'll look like that when you are dead." Are you scared? No. Let's keep going. Guys, just a warning for this one. There are ghosts in this chapter. One comes back as a real person. Another takes revenge on her murderer. And there are some strange happenings. Strange, strange, strange. The Thing. Ted Martin and Sam Miller were good friends. Great friends, even. They spent a lot of time together. On this particular night, they were sitting on a fence near the post office, talking about one thing and another. There was a field of turnips across the road. Suddenly, they saw something crawl. That's the sound of something crawling. Out of the field and stand up. It looked like a man, but in the dark, it was hard to tell for sure. Then it was gone. Oh well. But soon, it appeared again. It walked halfway across the road, then it turned around and went back in the field. Then it came out a third time and started toward them. By now, Ted and Sam were really scared, and they started running. But when they finally stopped, They decided they were being foolish. They weren't sure what had scared them, so they decided to go back and get a better look. Man, how fucking dumb. Pretty soon they saw it. For what? Pretty soon they saw it, for it was coming to meet them. It was wearing black pants, a white t-shirt, and black suspenders. Sam said, "I'm gonna try to touch it. Then we'll know if it's real." He walked up to it and peered into its face. It had bright, penetrating eyes, sunk deep in its head. It looked like a skeleton. Ted took one look and screamed. Ah! And again, he and Sam ran, but this time the skeleton followed them. When they got to Ted's house, they stood in the doorway and watched it. It stayed out on the road for a while, then it disappeared. A year later, Ted got sick and died. Toward the end, Sam sat up with him every night. The night Ted died, Sam said he looked just like a skeleton. What the fuck? Oh my god, could it be because of him? Could it be because he touched it? Could it be because he fucking touched it? Cold as clay. A farmer had a daughter for whom he cared more than anything on earth. She fell in love with a farmhand named Jim. But the farmer did not think Jim was good enough for his daughter. I hate when that happens. To keep them apart, he sent her to live with her uncle on the other side of the country. Gotta do what you gotta do to keep your daughter safe, right? Classic. Soon after she left, Jim got sick. And he wasted away and died. Heartbreak, am I right, guys? Everyone said he died of a broken heart. That's what I said. The farmer felt so guilty about Jim's death, he could not tell his daughter what had happened. Probably doesn't care. She's on the other side of the fucking world at this point. She probably has a new boyfriend. She continued to think about Jim. Oh, never mind. I take it back. And the life they might have had together. One night, many, many weeks later, there was a knock on her uncle's door. When the girl opened the door, Jim was standing there. I thought he died. What the fuck? "Your father asked me to come get you," he said. "I came on his best horse." "Is there anything wrong?" she asked. "I don't know," he said. She packed a few things and they left. She rode behind him, clinging to his waist. How romantic. Torrent from Elden Ring, perhaps? She rode behind him, clinging to his waist. Soon he complained of a headache. "It aches something terrible," he told her. She put her hand on his forehead. "Why? You are as hot, you are as cold as clay," she said. "I hope you're not ill." And she wrapped her handkerchief around his head. They traveled so swiftly that in a few hours they reached the farm. Woo! They made it to the farm. The girl quickly dismounted and knocked on the door. Her father was startled to see her. "Didn't you send for me, Dad?" she asked. "No." Or actually, her dad is actually tree lizard. "No, I didn't," he said. She turned to Jim, but he was gone, and so was the horse. They went back to the stable to look for them. The horse was there. It was covered with sweat and trembling with fear, but there was no sign of Jim. Whoa! Terrified, her father told her the truth about Jim's death. Then quickly he went to see Jim's parents. They decided to open his grave. The corpse was in its coffin, but around its head was the girl's handkerchief. Whoa! Guys, are we enjoying the story? Are we enjoying the story time, guys? I'm loving this. I'm having a fantastic time. These stories are great. I need some orange juice, though. I live alone, guys. I live alone. Orange juice. Alright, tell you what, guys. 2 more stories. Maybe 3 if we're really, really good. And then I'm ending stream. Yo, what do you do? He did what on the horse? The White Wolf. The timber wolves around French Creek had gotten out of hand. God damn, they're going crazy. They're going stupid. There were so many wolves. They're out of hand. The farmers could not stop them from killing their cattle and sheep. So the state put a bounty on them. I mean, what else are you going to do? It would pay a hunter $10 for every wolf pelt he turned in. A butcher in town named Bill Williams thought that he was pretty good money. Thought that was pretty good money. He stopped working as a butcher and started killing wolves. He was good at it. Every year he killed over 500 wolves. 500 times 10. Is that a 5K? Every year you get like an extra 5K. Every year you're only making 5K? Is that... Hold up. Am I bad at math? If you get $10 for every wolf you kill, $5,000? That's all you're making? What the fuck? Is this accounting for inflation? When the fuck did you start doing this? Back in the day? Every year he killed over 500 of them. That came to more than five. It literally says it in the next line. That came to more than $5,000. No, just $5,000. It was quite a bit of money in those days. Okay, it literally answered all of my questions. After 4 or 5 years, Bill had killed so many wolves, there were hardly any left in that area. So he retired, and he vowed never to harm another wolf because wolves had made him rich. Then one day, a farmer reported that a white wolf had killed 2 of his sheep. He had shot at it and hit it, but the bullets didn't have any effect. Quirky. Excuse me, I'm burping. This orange juice has me tweaking. Jesus. Soon, that wolf was seen all over the countryside, killing and running and fucking going nuts and twerking and breaking it down on the sheep. Maybe I'm the wolf, I'm fucking dying. But nobody could stop it. One night it came into Bill's yard and killed his pet cow. What the fuck you got a pet cow for, Bill? Bill forgot about his decision never to harm another wolf. He went into town with a fucking gun and bought a young lamb for bait. He took it into the hills and tied it to a tree. God damn, that lamb did nothing wrong and you're fucking sacrificing it to this demon. Then he backed off about 50 yards and sat under another tree. With his gun in his lap, he waited. Oh, and he waited. When Bill didn't come back, his friends started looking for him. Finally, they found the lamb. It was still tied to the tree. It was hungry, but it was alive. Then they found Bill. He was dead. His throat had been torn open. Fucking idiot. You said you wouldn't hurt another wolf, and this is what happened. His gun hadn't been fired. There was no sign of a struggle. And there was no tracks in the soil around him. As for the white wolf, it was never seen again. Damn, it was the fucking demon. Demon ready to come back and avenge all his fallen brethren. How many years did he do this shit for? Every year he killed over $5,000 after 4 or 5 years. So you telling me this man killed 2,000 wolves? 2,000 to 2,500? That white wolf was an omen. He was like, damn, you killed all my fucking friends. Damn. The haunted house. How long is this one? Oh my god, that's cursed. Okay, alright, let's go. One night. I can't do a voice. One night, a preacher went to see if he could put a One time, a preacher went to see if he could put down a haunt to rest at a house in his settlement. The house had been haunted for about 10 years. Woo! Several people had tried to stay there all night, but they always would get scared out by the haunt. So this preacher took his Bible and went to the house, went on in, built himself a good fire and lit a lamp. Sat there reading the Bible. Then just before midnight, he heard something start up in the cellar. Walking back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. Then it sounded like somebody was trying to scream and got choked. Oh, I hate when that happens. I hate when I'm trying to scream and suddenly I'm like, ah. Then there was a lot of thrashing around and struggling. And finally, everything got quiet. The old preacher took up his Bible again. Damn! fucking unfazed that someone just got fucking murdered. He was like, damn, this is a good book. I'm reading this book. Oh man, I just heard someone get shot upstairs. Oh my god, they just got shot 3 more times. Oh my god, they just got fucking dragged and slammed into the wall. They got a lamp broken over their head. They just got thrown out the window and landed on my car. Holy shit, what the fuck? Man, this book's really good though. The fuck, man? Took up his Bible again. But before he could start reading, he heard footsteps coming up the cellar stairs. He sat watching the door to the cellar, and the footsteps kept coming closer and closer. He saw the doorknob turn. Okay, that's so not up to date. Soapstone, we already beat Elden Ring 3 times. He sat watching the door to the cellar, and the footsteps kept coming closer and closer. He saw the doorknob turn, and when the door began to open, he jumped up and hollered, "What do you want?" The door shut back easy-like, and there wasn't a sound. The preacher was trembling a little bit. Ooh, that's so fucking scary. The door just fucking opened. But he finally opened the Bible and started reading again. Then he got up and laid the book on the chair and went to mending the fire. Then the haunt started walking again, and step up the cellar stairs. The old preacher sat watching the door, saw the doorknob turn, and the door opened. It looked like a young woman. He backed up and said, "Who are you? What do you want?" God damn, she's fucking cracked out. The crackhead at the gas station asked me for $1. Bro, the haunt sort of swayed like she didn't know what to do, and then she just faded out. The old preacher waited, he did, and then she just faded out. Wait. And when he didn't hear any more noises, he went over and shut the door. He was sweating and trembling all over. But he was a brave man, a man of God, a man who reads the Bible every day 24/7. He never puts the book down, even when someone gets shot and thrown onto a fucking vehicle from a window 2 stories high. He will always go back to his book. He might be in the middle of watching his wife give birth, but that book is always in his hand. He might be in a funeral, he's still reading the book. He might be fucking eating dinner, but he's eating with one hand, fork in his mouth, and he has his eyes glued on the fucking Bible at all times. This man does not stop reading. He's in the shower, the book is wet, he has the pages fucking laminated, he's in the shower reading the Bible. This man will not rest until the book is done 20 times 100 times a billion until he fucking dies. The knob slowly turned, and the door opened wide. This time the preacher spoke quiet like. He said, "In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." No, sorry. The Holy Ghost. "Who are you, and what do you want?" The haunt came right across the room, straight to him, and took hold of his coat. It was a young woman, about 20 years old. Her hair was torn, tangled, mangled. Her flesh also torn, tangled, mangled, dropping off her face so that he could see the bones and part of her teeth. She had no eyeballs, but there was sort of a blue light way back there in her eye sockets. And she had no nose to her face. Honestly, this is a really fucking terrifying drawing. If I saw this, I'd be pretty freaked out. Then she started talking. It sounded like her voice was coming and going with the wind blowing it. She told how her lover had killed her for her money and buried her in the cellar. She said if the preacher would dig up her bones and bury her properly, she could rest. Oh, how quaint. Then she told him to take the end joint of a little finger from her left hand and to lay it in the collection plate at the next church meeting, and he'd find out who had murdered her. Jesus. And she said, if you come back here once more after that, you'll hear my voice at midnight, and I'll tell you where my money is hid, and you can give it to the church. The haunt sobbed like she was tired. and she sunk down into the floor and was gone. The preacher found her bones and buried them in the graveyard. The next Sunday, the preacher put the finger bone in the collection plate, and when a certain man happened to touch it, it stuck to his hand. The man jumped up and rubbed and scraped and tore at the bone, screaming and yelping and fucking crying and pissing and shitting everywhere, trying to get it off. Then he went to screaming like he was going crazy. There's a finger on my fucking finger. Then he was going crazy. Well, he confessed to the murder, and they took him to jail. After the man was hung, the preacher went back to the house one midnight, and the haunt's voice told him to dig under the hearth rock. He did, and he found a big sack of money. And where the haunt had held onto his coat, the print of those bony fingers was burned right into the cloth. It never did come out. That one was pretty mid. I feel like we're going to end it off with a song. I said I was going to do 3 more. I think this is the 3rd one. And my nose is getting really fucking stuffy, and I gotta go. This is the Hearse. Hearse? I don't know. Do I have to say the word? Let's just look it up.
Hearse.
Hearse. The Hearse song. Don't you ever laugh as a hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet from your head down to your feet. They put you in a big black box, cover you up with dirt and rocks. All goes well for about a week, then your coffin begins to leak. Yeah, the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. The worms play pinochle on your snout. They eat your eyes, and they eat your nose. They eat the jelly between your toes. A big green worm with rolling eyes crawls into your stomach and out your eyes. Your stomach turns into slimy green, and pus pours out like whipping cream. You spread it on a slice of bread, and that's when you eat when you're dead. And that's what you eat when you're dead. Thanks for watching the stream, and I hope you have a great night. And I hope you had a great fright. Good night, chat. This was Prince Osiris, reading you scary stories to tell in the dark. Goodbye. And remember, don't look behind you. That's not the right stream. That's not what I wanted. And remember, don't look behind you.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Why do you seem so scared? All I wanted to do was play with you. Please come and play with me. I am so lonely. You're not afraid of the dark, are you? Don't be afraid. Come with me. I will show you where I play hide and seek. Do you want to play hide and seek? You hide and I'll find you. You're going to die in there. Don't say I didn't warn you. I know things no one knows. You're going to die. Help me. I'm begging you. Can you help me? I'm alone and scared. I lost my mommy. Can you help me? I'm coming for you. I'm going to be there, watching you. I will get to you. I will find you.
Come to me,
the man in the dark said, or else you won't see the sunset. I didn't see this as a threat, so he screamed at me until I bled. I don't want to play alone, but when I cry I hear a groan. I see a figure behind the wall. I'm so afraid he's going to fall. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
I'm losing my mind, chat.
Here in the forest,
Here in the
dark and deep,
forest, dark and deep,
I
I offer you
eternal sleep.
eternal sleep.